someone to catch the ball 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 yards downfield, I was able to do that as well. So I was very versatile. And it wasn't uncommon for me to play tailback, fullback, and tight end on one series. So I was very happy that I was able to contribute in the way that I did.
All right, so your final year, I think, was, 1988?
Yes.
And I think you get released in, August of 89, is that right?
Well, what happened was Coach Landry got fired. And I had debated retiring at the end of the 88 season because we had such a dismal season. Things just weren't going well. And Coach Landry called me in his office. He said, I understand you're thinking about retiring. He said, is that your intent? I said, well, Coach, I would like to continue playing. I said, but I'd like to also we need to figure out a way that we can get back on the winning track. He said, well, Timmy, I think I can do that for us if you will come back and play another year. So I said, okay. Well, a few weeks after that, he gets fired, and then Jimmy comes in, and, of course, they talked to me about playing another year, so I decided to do that. And then they draft Darryl Johnson in the second round, who was a pure fullback, probably the only pure fullback in the draft at that time. And so as the training camp progressed in '89, they came to me, and we reached a decision that it was time for me to call it a career. So that's what I did. And then after that, I just finished up a couple of information technology contracts for a few years. And, I was happy that I made a decision when I did because I left the game very healthy, could have played a few more years. And, today I'm able to stay active and do things that probably I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do had I played too long. So I retired at the right time.
All right, so what's your opinion of the way the NFL treats their retired players?
There's always going to be some guys who are disappointed at what they get or what they got out of it in terms of salaries, monies, injuries, and things of that nature. But I think over the past 3 to 4 years, the NFL has taken great strides to protect the integrity of players while they played, after they played, in terms of the information that they're disseminating. There's been a lot of talk about concussions and things of that nature. There was an appeals that just was handed down by an appeals court that upheld the recent decision to help players with concussions. But there's got to be a process in place that those guys can get the kind of help that they need, if in fact they need it, to help guys like Tony Dorsett who have sustained some concussion issues. But I think the relationship is as good as it can be when you've given management and labor. So I've always been happy with it. Would I like to see a larger pension payout for all the players? Yes. And hopefully the next round of negotiations will include something like that.
All right, so I know you said you retired after you retired. I know you started your own business in 91 or 92. You want to tell us a little bit about that and where people can get information?
Yes. I started a business called New Tech Business Solutions, and it was kind of a derivative of what I was doing as a contractor. I started out computer programming, doing contract work for small to medium-sized businesses. And as the years wore on, I started doing more what's called systems integration work. And basically what that means is we are IBM business partners with Cisco business partners, and we go in and do a lot of infrastructure installations like routers, switches, wireless access points, and we do them in charter schools, mid-sized businesses, and things of that nature. And we sell a lot of workstations, laptops, any technology kind of initiatives that a business is interested in undertaking, we're there to help them.
All right, and where can people get information? You got a website?
I have a website. It's www.nbsusa.net. That's www.nbsusa.net. All
right, Tim. Well, we'll go ahead and let you get out of here. I know you probably got stuff to do. Everybody check out the business. I know everything I read that you've done after your NFL career was more impressive than what I read you did during your NFL career, and you had a really good career. I think you were even named to the Cowboys All-Decade team at fullback during the decade of the 80s, weren't you?
Yes, sir, I was. And, one of the things I really appreciated about my career is that the things that I did not do in college, they taught me how to do in the National Football League, and I cannot be more pleased with the outcome and the things that I did. Now, our ending wasn't what it should have been, but, that's just the way sports work sometimes, and things don't always work out the way we anticipate. But I was personally very pleased with the career I had.
Yeah, not too many people get to go out the way they want to go out anyways.
That's true.
So, hey, I want to thank you for coming on the show. You're welcome back anytime.
Okay, great. Thank you. And tell Jim Jeffcoat I said hello.
I will definitely do that.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tim.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys, make sure you check us out. Tonight we have the Gridiron Mo Super Bowl Trivia Show. That'll be Aris Presidius with myself, Matt Andrew Scavage, and two guest callers that are going to call in and play. Tomorrow we will have former University of Kentucky coach Hal Mumme, who was the creator of the air raid offense. Tomorrow night, me and Jeremiah Pricer will have Australian welterweight contender Jeffrey Horn on. Friday, we will have former Dallas Cowboy James Jeffcoat. Also, Friday afternoon, we will have Jeff Severson, who was the safety for the Super Bowl VII Washington Redskins. And, of course, Friday night will be me and Aaron Zepnick on Sports World. So, guys, make sure you check out The Grueling Truth at thegruelingtruth.net. Check out our sponsor, Gridiron Mo, www.gridironmo.com. Also, follow us on Facebook, The Grueling Truth, Twitter, @GruelingTruth, and you can also catch us on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, Google Music, and about anywhere else you find podcasts. So, for Tim Newsome, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.